Ropp Star Gang, what up? What up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, make sure you click that. That's the right. It just like mutes itself for some reason. I don't know why. But I figured that out. I'm locking that thing back up so it doesn't do that again. So again, appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate every single one of y'all coming in here tonight. Yeah, so we're definitely going to be breaking down each and every one of these draft picks tonight. Now, this is a true mock draft. This is like one of them at least. Like obviously there is going to be, maybe guys that are going to go off the board that I'm not going to be able to get. Um, and I think another thing is um, you know, oh, you know, we're just gonna dive into each every player. I'm gonna give you my analysis on each every player. So hey Clay, what do you think? And I'm gonna get some of your guys in here. Shout out to Mad Chatter being in here. Brady Christian, see you, buddy. Now, Brady Christian needs to be extended. What do you talk about, Mad Chatter? I think Brady Christensen is the next Andrew Norwell. I'm not even joking. I just think having Graham and Brown side by side could be ridiculous. Then a high motor edge in the second. I just think that Mason Graham, me personally, is a better fit for 4-3 defense. I think the versatility of having a guy like Abdul Carter coming off the edge makes more sense if we're going to stick with this 3-4 defense. I think it comes down to whether we stick with a 3-4 or if we go back to the 4-3. So having Mason, am I opposed to having Mason Graham? No. I think it just depends if we are going to stick with the 3-4 or the 4-3. I just think a better fit for Mason Graham's the 4-3. I think the Abdul Carter's the better fit for the 3-4 because you need to have that edge pressure in the 3-4 a lot more. And honestly, I think to be honest with you, I don't think Mason Graham and Abdul Carter will be there at 8. I just don't. I just don't. Having Mason Graham and Derek Brown in the same line will be beneficial to the D line, and in the second and third, we can get a nose tackle like Nazir Stackhouse. It's not a bad. I mean, neither one of those are bad moves. Again, I think a true nose tackle Nazir Stackhouse. But again, when you got Ashawn Robinson, I don't think Ashawn Robinson is someone to sleep on. I think if you have Derek Brown and you have Ashawn Robinson on the one side, and then you get a true nose tackle like Nazir Stackhouse, and then you have a true outside edge rusher or, whatever you want to call him, like an Abdul Carter or Nick Scorton or James Pierce Jr. or a Kyle Kennard or I cannot pronounce his name. The guy I'm just going to say the guy out of Ole Miss, the edge out of Ole Miss. I cannot pronounce his name. You know who he is. I can break him down as a player, but I could not pronounce the man's name. So don't even ask me. Is more beneficial. Again, I think when it comes to this Carolina's defense, when we do this mock draft, it's really going to come down to when we go through this offseason, if they stick with, Princely, Amani, Milan. Thank you. I think that's about as close as I'm going to get to it. I doubt that's correct, but Rock Jones, yeah, I know who he is. Lomax, what's good, man? Appreciate you joining. Hey, Clay, you think yeah, I already answered this question. So that's what I think. So yeah, and Mason Graham does not fit as a nose tackle. He'd be more of an outside guy. Um, so yeah, I think when it comes to that, you it's a give or take thing. It's like I said, I think um well, that's what he would be. If Mason Graham came here in this 3-4 defense, he would be with on Ashawn Robinson, or he would be in front of Ashawn Robinson. Let me tell y'all something. Crazy as this sounds, Ashawn Robinson's never played nose tackle in his life. Not one snap at nose tackle. So getting him to become a nose tackle, I don't know what you would have to do, but all I know is he's not a true nose tackle. He's not. He's never played it. So again, I'm not opposed to Mason Graham. I'm not opposed to Abdul Carter. All I'm saying is I think they both fit certain styles of defense, and I think it all depends on what Carolina goes with. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's get the mock draft going. All right, let's get the mock draft going for the night. We're gonna use PFF tonight. We may use a different one, maybe every time we do one. We're gonna try to do one at least once a week where we break down the picks, and I'm gonna break down every pick tonight. And I'm gonna give you the reason why I'm taking this guy, and all that good stuff. All right, so appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Again, do me a favor, smash that like button. Okay. Let's get some vibes going up in here. Okay. Let's get some vibes going up in here. And if you don't like it here, this is what you can do. That's right. You can get out. You can get out. I'm just kidding. I hope everyone likes it here. I want everybody to feel good. But shout out to all you guys in here. And let's remember, when it comes to mock drafts, you can use imagination. Yeah, you can use your imagination when it comes to mock drafts. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you can use your imagination. All right. What's up, JJ? I'll get to. You know what? I'll get to your question here shortly about him. Imagination. That's right. To JJ's question, real quick, I want to go ahead and answer this. What do I think about Colston Lovely? Big tight end. I think he's a plus size level, athletic size. Got great. He got great burst and acceleration for a tight end, honestly. Outstanding radius when it comes to him attacking the ball, so he can go up and get it. I think he would be a big red zone threat. Good route runner. The only thing I would have to say about him is his drops are an issue. He's got to work on maintaining that proper leverage when it comes to, especially in blocking as well. He's got to be a better at run blocking as a tight end. He just needs to mature and grow into his body, and I think he needs to add more muscle to his frame for a 6'5" guy. The way I look at him is he's kind of like I'd say he's like a Tyler Eifert. That's the way I look at him. If you remember who Tyler Eifert is, that's the way I look at him. JJ is a Tyler Eifert. So that's the way I look at him. All right, let's get some vibes going. Let's get this pulled up. All right, we're in the draft. We're not going to do any trades. Okay, we're not going to do any trades. I want to make that known and clear now. There ain't going to be no crazy ass trades. We're doing this straight up, balls to the wall, no questions asked. That's what we're doing. Okay, I'm not doing any trades. I don't want to do trades. because I don't think sometimes some of these trades that they give us are realistic. Okay. Um, let's see here. Let's rock this tonight. Okay. How are we looking at the mic here? We okay? All right, looks good. Mic's good. All right, perfect. Wolfie, are we talking about prime Tyler Eifert? Because he was a dog in 2015. I think he could develop. I definitely think he can develop into a prime Tyler Eifert, right? I mean, he's got the athleticism. The athleticism's there, JJ. Did you see the Panthers might be on the Hard Knocks show next season? I did 0 to hero. I hope to God he's not. I hope to God we're not. This team does not need any distractions, ladies and gentlemen. The less distractions, the better. So yeah, I hope we're not. I hope we're not on. I hope we're not on Hard Knocks, man. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to see this team deal with that. We're just I feel like we're just like starting to really, we're starting to see the progress. I don't want to have distractions be in the way of that. So I hope not. But who knows? Maybe it's good for her. I don't know. Brandon comes in and says, in the second round would be great. Tighter seeing Tuttle getting abused. Yeah, Deion Walker would be huge. Y'all slacking with the likes. Damn. Marcos Cash is calling y'all asses out. We got over 37 people watching. Actually, on YouTube, we have over 37 people watching. We got over 56 people watching in total based off of all platforms. So make sure you subscribe over here on the YouTube channel. That's all I ask. All right, man. That's all I ask. That's why I've got it pinned up in there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. That's it. All right. That's for daily NFL content, daily. Definitely going to be breaking down some NFL playoff games here soon, too, for you guys. All right, let's get right into it. Let's get it started. Travis Hunter off the board. Shador off the board. Cam off the board. Tory McMillan off the board. Abdul Carter off the board. Yep, Abdul Carter off the board. Dude, that would be crazy. See, here's the thing. Travis Hunter to the Titans don't make no damn sense to me. I think they're going Cam Ward or Shador. Shador to the Cleveland makes sense. Cam Ward to the Giants obviously makes sense. McMillan to New England makes a lot of sense. Abdul Carter to the Jags is interesting. The reason why I say that is because you think about it this way. They have they got Josh Allen over there. Not the quarterback, obviously, the defensive end, right? Who is a stud. Could you imagine Josh Allen and Abdul Carter, both of those guys coming off the edge? That would be absolutely filthy. That would be absolutely filthy if the Jags had both of those guys coming off the edge. That would be absolutely nasty. I mean, Josh Allen's a double sack guy. I mean, Abdul Carter is supposed to be the next best thing of Micah Parsons. So, I don't know. That's nasty to me to think about. Mason Graham to the Raiders doesn't really sound that bad if I'm a Raiders fan, because if Max Crosby stays, of course, but then you still have Christian Wilkins on that inside. Right? Christian Wilkins and Mason Graham together? That's filthy. Who's running up against both of those guys? I mean, that's tough. And then Will Johnson and Sauce? I like it. And honestly, this is where it gets tricky now. Because either I take the best safety on the board in Malachi Starks, or, which I'm not opposed to, corner-wise, we're not. There's nothing really there. Edge rushers, this is where I probably are going to have to take Nick Skorton. Now, defensive line-wise, I mean, it's either I take Nick Skorton or I have to. I mean, we're not doing any trades. I think if this happens, me personally, as a Panthers fan, if Abdul Carter or Mason Graham are off the board, I think I trade back. Me personally, I think we should trade back and try to get more draft capital because you're going to be able to, if you could trade back and get either Kenneth Grant later down the line and add more draft capital, or you could get, down the line a Shamar Stewart. You trade back, you get Shamar Stewart, or you trade back, get James Pierce Jr., and then you're able to get whatever else in the second round plus in that trade. That's what I'm doing. Okay. If I'm the GM, that's what I'm doing. In this situation, I did say this is going to be a true mock draft. I'm not doing any trades. Okay. Not doing any trades in this. Okay. So with the first pick, I'm probably going to have to take Nick Scorton because me personally, I'm not doing any trades, Chance the Fapper. This is a true mock draft, and I'm breaking each and every player down. This is true mock draft, so I'm not doing. In real life, I think we should trade back and take James Pierce Jr. I'm not opposed to that. I think if this happens, that is a move I would look into, Rock. Seriously. I think that if Mason Graham's off the board and Abdul Carter's off the board, you have to think about, okay, I can get more draft capital, but then I can also get more picks and I can still get some decent guys, right? You're not going to get the elite of elite. Again, I keep telling everybody that Mason Graham and Abdul Carter at number 8, it's going to be a stretch. We're going to have to hope that these teams skip, at least one or two of these teams are going to skip over Mason Graham or Abdul Carter in front of us, right? And so I just don't see it, though. That's the issue. I just don't see it. So anyways, we're going to keep it real. We're going to keep rocking. Now, I'm in between Nick Scorton and Michael Williams. But for me personally, I think Nick Scorton is the better pick. Scorton has over 37. He had over 37 tackles this year. 5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and he had for me, he had an unspectacular season for the Aggies, but you go look at his 2023 season, and that was tremendous, right? You go look at his 2023 season. He had over 50 tackles, 10 sacks, 1 forced fumble for Nick Scorton. Again, they only have him for 8 sacks. I thought I read 10 sacks. I don't know. Maybe he only had 8. 1 forced fumble and 3 passes defended. Again, I think the one thing about him, for his size, being 6'4", 280, and being able to run a 4.8, proves to me that he's impressive for his size. Athleticism is definitely there. The quickness is there. Big body defensive end or edge rusher, whatever you want to call him. There's definitely some flaws with him I've seen over the years with some of his movement, which he could definitely develop some of those movements coming off the line. But he's got great burst and he's got great strength. But sometimes the problem he runs into is that he tries to use too much of his power, and he ends up using too much of his power, and then he gets when he should be trying to use his speed. Sometimes he just doesn't know when to use one or the other, and he gets caught. So that's the biggest issue I've read and seen and about him. So I'm taking Nick Scorton. Rob Star, what's up? Finally made a live chat. I agree with you in this scenario. We trade back. I would take Notre safety in the second or third and another option to trade. for wide receiver. Yeah. So I'm going to take Nick Scorton here. But because I said I'm not doing any trades. So I'm going to take Nick Scorton right here. Taking Nick Scorton here. All right. So far, we got Nick Scorton. Not mad about it. Again, I just kind of knew that this was going to happen. I knew that Mason Graham and Abdul Carter were not going to be there. That's the inevitable. That is the inevitable. It'll work for now. Jeez. I think another reason why I say in this scenario you have to look into the Carolina Panthers definitely need to look into whatever a fit scheme. Yes, he'll fit a 3-4 scheme. Again, I think he's not the best edge rusher in here. He actually runs a 4.7 40, okay, which I'm not surprised. Some people have him going in the second round. Again, it's all depending where these guys are going to fall, man. I think the thing is that he, with his frame, Rock, I think his explosive frame, and the explosive power and the versatility he brings fits the 3-4 scheme. That's the thing, is he's got the versatility to fit the 3-4 scheme, just like Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter is just a total different style of play, but Carter's definitely better for sure. Not even, I don't think I can't adjust it any more than that. Again, the only thing he needs to do as a player, Nick Scorton does, is he needs to polish his technique, and address his weaknesses. But again, Nick Scorton has a ceiling to dominate. So there's no question about that. This is where it gets interesting. So I've been hammering defensive line here. Omar Norman Lott is not a bad pick here. Not opposed to this. I am not opposed to Omar Norman. He in a 3-4 he would play. I see, this is the thing about the 4-3 and 3-4 that confuses me. Is that are they considered in a 3-4 an outside linebacker, or do you consider, or is it the edge rusher and a 3-4? That's what I'm trying to figure out. All right. Yeah, we want Garrett. I know. Everybody wants Garrett Wilson. All right, let's get into it. Rock Jones says, Kennard's a better fit. I think so. I mean, honestly, I think so. But when you're in this position, when you're drafting like this, you got to go with the best player at that point. And honestly, since I'm not doing any trades, he's the best player at that point. Yeah, hashtag cover Kelsey is mad chatter. All right, Omar Norman. I mean, Deion Walker's not bad, but Omar Norman, pass rush grade, pass rush win rate, pass rush grade, run. Here's the thing. You're talking about a guy who is 6'3", 315 pounds, and you're talking about a guy who's registered 5 sacks per year. I mean, 6'3", 315's huge for a defensive tackle. He could also play nose tackle. He's a nose tackle / defensive tackle type of guy. I like this guy a lot. I'll say this. Versatile. Yeah, I mean 6'3", 315 is a true nose tackle. So you get Nick Scorton, you get Omar Norman Lott. Again, this guy is a scheme versatile type of player that fits the 3-4 narrative that Evero runs. Like he's able to play 0, he's able to play 1, or he's able to play 3 technique. Like depending on the down and distance, right? That adds value for him when NFL defensive coordinators are looking at him, right? So the combination of that for him, though, when I've watched him play, is that explosiveness off the line for how big he is. And he just has natural leverage. Yeah, well, Chance the Fapper, go look at this guy. I'm just telling you. Omar Norman's not a bad pick here. Not saying that he's the best guy to be your true nose tackle, but he's got a lot of upside. I like him because of the flexibility he brings, because he can play the 0, he can play the 1, he can play the 3 technique. The versatility, that's what intrigues me the most about him, Chance. That's what intrigues me the most about him. He can adapt to multiple fronts at the next level. That's the reason why I like him. Not necessarily because of the size, because the size ain't an issue. You can always build a guy up. If he's 6'3" and 315, he can get up. He can get up and be bigger. So I like Omar Norman here. I'm gonna go look at somebody else, see if we got anything else here. Maybe a corner. Yeah, I'm not taking Zaya Alexander. Linebacker. Chris Paul is interesting. Chris Paul is an interesting boy here. If you don't know about Chris Paul Jr., then you need to. I'm a fan. 6'1", 235, runs a 4.62. He's projected to go the 4th round, which I'm surprised, but PFF has him higher than that. And here, I mean, the scouting report I've been reading on this kid lately is that his defensive skill set translates well to teams running multiple fronts. What I mean by that is they're running multiple fronts that emphasize on speed and pursuit from the second level. All right. He could be a will linebacker role. He could develop into that. He has a lot of upside. It says that his size limitations may restrict scheme versatility at the next level. Instincts, tackling efficiency, coverage, ability profile well in today's passing league. So I think that my best bet here, even though I like these numbers, I mean, 73 total. The guy pass rush, average run off the tackle. But dang, 12 games played, over 621 snaps. I do like this. I know who Danny Stutzman is out of Oklahoma. Hayden, I know him better. I know all about Mr. Stutzman. Mr. Stutzman. But I'm going to go with Omar Norman here. Omar Norman's the right pick here for us. Guy can play the 0, guy can play the 1, or he can be a 3 technique. He can play defensive in the 3-4, or he can play nose tackle. So he could either rotate with Ashawn Robinson and Derek Brown, or he can play the nose tackle. So there you go. All right, 74. So we've got our edge rusher, Nick Scorton, obviously best player available. There was nobody else at the edge position. We need a good edge rusher. We went with Nick Swartzen. Omar Norman, again, get a defensive end, or you can play him at the nose tackle. One or the other. All right. Now, we're coming into this 74th pick. And I'm going to look where I'm going to look right now. I'm going to check the offensive weapons. And we're wearing thin on the offensive weapons. A lot of teams are taking offensive weapons straight off the bat. What about tight ends? I'll tell you what, Harold Finnan Jr. I am opposed to Harold Finnan Jr. 6'4", 230, runs a 4.62. OT, really not looking to go OT this early. Brady Christensen wants to start. He's tired of being six man at tackle, so we need his replacement too. Now where did you hear that from? I'm just curious. Where did you hear that from? Are you in his press conference, in the most recent press conference? Listen, man, if I'm Brady Christensen, I think he's the next Andrew Norwell. So I mean, I think he definitely could be a starter, but he also could be that sixth man. Like, that's the way I look at him. I think he'd be a great rotational piece. I think he needs to. I'd love to keep him here. I like Christensen a lot. I guess I'm gonna have to go look. I heard Christian wants to test the market too. He did say that. But that doesn't necessarily mean these guys are just gonna run off into the sunset. You know, doesn't necessarily mean they're gone forever. So. Yeah, I mean, someone's probably going to pay Brady more than we will, but you know, the culture's changing. Everything's heading in the right direction. You can make the case that maybe Brady could see this team making a run, right? I don't know. Brady should be starting over Icky. That's a conversation for another day, B. Amos. That's a conversation for another day. That is a conversation for another day. All right, so we are looking at safety. So this is where I'm definitely going to take a safety because, boy, you got Lathan Ransom and you got Nick Amanawari, my guy. All right. It's either I'm taking one of these safeties or I'm taking a tight end. And Nick Amanawari, I consider the best. And this is not a biased opinion. I think he's the best safety in this draft class. First off, no one understands that this guy can play man zone slot. Nobody knows that he can also play nickel safety. He's very versatile in that. Okay. He also is only 20 years old. He'll be 21 by the time he gets drafted. And he runs a 4.38 40. Okay. Nick Amanawari is the best safety in this draft class. It's not even close. It's not even close. Okay. And I'm trying, and I know I might sound biased. But I will say this about Nick. Scheme matters. Like he has to be, the fit has to be right. I think he fits, right? Because his skill set is best suited for defenses that utilize their safeties in variety roles, including the box, in the box run support, man coverage on the tight ends. I think Evero could use him in some of the packages that he runs in that complex 3-4 scheme. Again, I like Nick Amanawari, man. I like Nick Amanawari a lot. I think he's me personally, I think he's the best safety. Again, and I know I might be a little biased, but again, if Evero can be creative enough to use this kid, okay, the positional flexibility that he brings and the ability to match up with different types of offensive weapons, I like. But with his physical tools and production and room for growth, I think he has the potential to develop into a starter in the NFL. So yeah, I definitely think that. What's up, Dougie? Appreciate you joining, man. See you in here. 45 people watching, only 22 likes. Run them likes up. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Marcos. With this, I'm taking Amanawari. I like him better than Nathan or Lathan Ransom. Nick is not good at coverage, Clay. Rock, I actually beg to differ. You got to think about it this way: our corners in South Carolina weren't very good. So Nick on Amanawari was a lot of the time having to pick up their sloppy seconds. But quitting on this team, yes, is an issue. It was that I have to agree with you there, Rock. I have to agree with you there. I'm taking Nick Amanawari. And honestly, these first 3 picks, man, I can't be mad at that. I like this draft so far. First 3, get your edge rusher in the first. We're not doing any trades. This is straight up. That's it. Okay? Doing straight up. There's no trades. I told y'all that. You get it, Omar Norman Lott, a guy who can play the 0-1 or he can play the 3 technique. His versatility fits perfectly in this 3-4 scheme. Now, again, we're going based off the fact that Evero is in a 3-4 scheme. Nick is similar to Chin. I think so too, Brock. I think so too. I think though that Evero can use him correctly, or we'll realize that he was wrong with Chin. And we'll use Nick correctly this time. I don't know who says it. Brian says, "Hey, bro, just want to say appreciate you for the content, homie. Appreciate that, Brian. Didn't know you was live, to be honest. I'm always live Monday through Friday, man. 8:30 is most of the time. It's always late night now. It's always late night. But you're never late, Sean. You're always on time, baby. You know what I mean? You sexy motherfucker. Oh. Pause. Just kidding. Just messing. I'm just messing. Does he look like a bitch? Does he look like a bitch? All right. After that comment, I probably should. Yeah, I probably should get out. Get out. What you got going on, Clay? Just a mock draft, man. Doing it straight up the right way. We ain't bullshitting. We're breaking down every pick. That's what we're doing. All right, so we got 3 picks in. Got the Nick Swartzen. Again, get your safety. All right. So we are done with the third round. We're down into the fourth. Let's see here. Yeah, I know, pause. You know what that was? Doug, you know what that was?
Gay!
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. I call it how I see it. What are y'all gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. All right. Let's see here. So we got edge, D end, or so we got edge, defensive lineman, safety. Let's see here. Jalen Noel. Kind of like Jalen Noel. Missed tackles forced. What about a center? Kind of come with slick lines. How do you think I pull that's how I pull the ladies, man. I'm just like this. All right, here we go. You know what I mean? That's how I do it. Got to be slick with it. You know what I mean, Marcos? All right. This is interesting. God dang, man. So many directions I could go here. You almost let it slip, Clay? Yeah, I know. Clay is married. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Nah, I'm not. I'm not married. It ain't. It's not far away though. It's not far away. All right. Let's see here. All right, so with the 110th pick, we are going to go with. Let's look at these running backs real quick. I like Devin Neal. The size is. I want a bigger. With Chuba, I feel like I want a bigger bruiser though. I feel like I want a bigger bruiser back, right? RJ Harvey. Damn, RJ Harvey went off this year. 1,500 yards. Dude, I didn't know he went off like that. 1,500 yards and 22 touchdowns. Hey, yo. Damn. But also, look at the competition he was going up against. I mean, what is that? Like South Dakota State or something like that? Sam Houston, TCU. Damn, I didn't know he went off like that, though. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna draft. Are we drafting a kicker? No, we ain't drafting no kicker, bro. We ain't drafting no kicker. I mean, my favorite, of course, is Nicholas Singleton. Dude, man, runs a 4.36 40, I think. Shit. So running backs are off the board. Tight ends, what we looking at? Nothing. Wide receivers, it's between Jalen Noel. I was gonna say if Tez Johnson was available, I would slam that right now. But who took Tez Johnson, by the way? I don't know. Tez. Yeah, Tez. Okay, Tez went to damn right before I pick Nick Amanawari. That would have been tough. Do you pick either him or Tez? I probably would have picked Tez though. To be honest with you, I would have picked Tez. Fuck. What's the best player available? And what positions? Devin Neal? I mean, we could go that route. We could go Devin Neal at 110. I'm not opposed to it. I think I'm gonna go Devin Neal. Um, he's the best running back available, and I'm not gonna just. I mean, I could take Nicholas. Well, I could take Nicholas. Mm, one's different than from the other. Me personally, I think Nicholas is a better back. I think Nicholas is a bigger back because he's 6 foot, 227, runs a 4.39. You got Devin Neal, who is a 5 foot 11, runs a 4.5. I mean, and Nicholas is a dual role running back, which I do like about him. And he's gotten a lot of good comparisons. Like he's gotten comparisons to Rashad White. He's also gotten comparisons to Brees Hall, which I cannot. Again, I'm not opposed to that. Again, this is a guy who, in the right system, has the tool to become the feature back. In Carolina, he could be. His pass protection skills, I've noticed when I watched him at Penn State, have improved. Um, and he's a candidate for a third down workload too, as well, early in his career. I think he's going to continue to refine his game. I just think Nicholas Singleton's better than Devin Neal. Me personally, I mean Devin Neal has some great traits. I mean he runs a 4.5. He is a workhorse back. He kind of does remind me of Audric Esteem, Isaiah Davis type of guy, which is kind of what we need more of. We definitely need more of a workhorse running back here in Carolina. So maybe I will go with Devin Neal. It's just that I like the speed and the versatility with Singleton. I'll take the workhorse and I'll take Devin Neal. I'll go Devin Neal this time. I'll go Devin Neal this time. All right. Now, can I get my center here? Where my center's all the way at 146. I might be able to get Jonah Monaheim at 138. Is Sanders a free agent or is he under a contract for one more year? Doesn't Miles Sanders have 2 more years? I think we signed him didn't we sign him when we got Frank Wright? The same year we got Frank Wright or last year, didn't we get him? So he's got like what, 2 more years on his contract? I think Sanders has 2 more years on his contract. No? Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I'm pretty sure Sanders has 2 more years. Up there goes the balloons. I think he has 2 more years. Every time I do the peace sign with the MacBook, it always does that. So we got the wide receiver, we got a tight end. That's what I think they're trying to do, is elevate his trade stock in this last game. Do I take Kaiser here? Do I take Jack Kaiser here? 2 more years, rare gamer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has 2 more years. All right, I'm gonna look at Kaiser at the linebacker position. Think I might go Kaiser and bring in my first linebacker. Ooh, his missed tackle. Well, how many missed tackles did he have? He's only had 3 missed tackles. That ain't bad. I personally think there's guys better than him, so I might skip out on Jack Kaiser. I might think about taking Jalen Noel. I think he might be the better pick to go ahead and get my wide receiver this early. Jalen Noel or I think I'm gonna take Jalen Noel. 5'11". Marco says I'm gonna come. Damn, man, I don't know. Patrick Bryant's a stud. I kind of like Patrick Bryant. It's either Patrick Bryant or Jalen Noah as I going forward as a wide receiver. And I would probably have to take Jalen Noel now. Then you got Juice Wells, which I ain't picking him. I'll never pick him ever again. Ricky White is a sleeper out of UNLV. Um, mm, Deion Burks is also. Deion Burks is a stud. I'm surprised Deion Burks is that low for a wide receiver. I'm going to take Jalen Noel probably here. I think he's the best player available. You're talking about a guy who's a good slot receiver, honestly, which kind of makes sense, right? If you want to get a receiver in Carolina when you're going to end up losing Adam Thielen anyways. You're talking about a guy who runs a 4.40. He reminds me of a Jermaine Burton or like a Jaden Reed, if that makes sense. No, Jack Kaiser is a great tackler, Rock Jones. He's only missed 3 tackles on the year, so he would have been a good pick. Um, I like Jalen Noel. The problem is I just don't know if he'd be a good scheme fit because the problem is I think he would be better in a spread offense, right? But it kind of fits Bryce because most spread offenses now in the NFL emphasize on quick timing based throws. You utilize pre-snap motion. I think Canales has emphasized on that a lot. And it's also, I think Jalen Noel would fit a team that highly targets slot receivers, who was Mr. Reliable and who was in the slot? Adam Thielen. Bryce was targeting him all the time. I think this is a good pick for Bryce, honestly. I think this is a good pick. I'm gonna go with Jalen Noel. So we went basically defense the first 3 picks. I'm hoping my center will be here at 138. I kind of feel like he's going to be gone, and I think my corner is going to be gone, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, I'm glad I didn't take any of the halfbacks at that point. Corners. Fuck. I mean, Donald Fortune's not bad. I mean, out of South Carolina, he's really not that bad. Run defense, he's trash. I mean, he's only allowed to pass rate 66.7. He's really not bad, but I can wait to go pick him up. Now I can. Okay, I'm probably taking my center here. Jonah Monaheim is a guy who's getting very slept on a lot. I think he's a absolute beast in the center position. I like what I see from him cold-heartedly. I really do. I think he's the best center in this draft. Me personally, when you're 6'5", 310, and he has lustrous hair, I mean, the guy's got fucking beautiful. But another thing about Jonah Monaheim is he can he can be used in different scenarios. He's played left tackle, as you can see. He's played right guard. He played right guard a little bit, right tackle. He's a multi-role type of guy, right? Right. But I think he's best fit at the center position. Um, I like what he brings to the table. Um, he's in any ways at the next level. They're saying that he's projected best as a center. Um, Great movement skills, great pass protector. Elite. He's got an elite pass blocking ability, in my opinion. I think he'll translate immediately. I think it'll allow him to compete for playing time early in his career. So when he, especially here, um, but the biggest thing is for him, and as you can see, even though it says his run blocking grade is a 71, that's his biggest weakness, actually. I think PFF has it wrong on his comparables. I think his run blocking will likely determine how long his or how high he can go as a potential player in the NFL, in my opinion. Um, I think I like Jonah Monaheim here, so we're gonna go Jonah Monaheim. I think he can have success early on, actually, Rare Gamer. I think he can be very good early on. So far, edge, defensive end. We just hammered out 3 offensive players. We got a running back, wide receiver, center. Something I switched up. I switched up my game plan. Now let's go to corner. Let me look at some of these corners here real quick. So we got Jalen Smith, who I'm not opposed to either. I wish Darian Porter was still available, but that's definitely not happening. So what do we got? So we got O'Donnell Fortune, Noel Williams, and we've got Jalen Smith is what I'm stuck with. But I gotta get one of these guys. And yeah, if I'm going with anyone, it's probably gonna be O'Donnell Fortune. 6'1", one's a 4.55. Outside man. He's an outside man kind of guy, or he can be a press corner. He can play man press very well. I think his draft stock's actually going to go higher once he goes through the combine. I really do. I really do. I think his percentage will go a lot higher. But I'm going to take him here. I'm going to take him here. I'm going to take him here because he's honestly the best available at this point, and I need a corner. Now, can I get my linebacker here? Can I get my linebacker? Please tell me none of y'all took my linebacker. Don't take my linebacker. Don't take my linebacker. Nobody took my linebacker. Yeah. Boom. I got him. We got him. We fucking got him. We got him. We got him. We got him. We got Mr. J. Higgins, a multi-role linebacker, runs a 4.72. He is, what's his size? How big is he? How big are you, Jay? I like him a lot. 6'2", 232. I like him a lot. I'm gonna go with him. He's getting a lot. He gets a lot of Junior Colson from Michigan, or no, Junior Colson from Michigan last year. He's getting a lot of Tommy Inchberg as well out of Ohio State from last year. That's a lot of his comparisons I've seen. He's a guy who fits the mold for a potential 3-down will and a 4-3 front. Even though that's the case, his athleticism, I think, with the scheme versatility, would fit here in Carolina in the 3-4. I think he's tailored for a 4-3, but I think that his versatility that he can bring to the table, Jay, could really dang, I really think he could benefit in a 3-4 defense. So, and I think it's just because of the versatility he brings to the table. He has a well-rounded skill set for a linebacker. I think he has a high floor for a linebacker. Likely to come off the board on probably day 2 like this. So and he's very reliable. And he has a diverse skill set. I mean, you go look at his stat here. He plays 13 games, got a 93.0 coverage grade, run defense 73.5, pass rush, right? Over 758 snaps, coverage snaps 410, so tackles 72, assisted 10, 13 missed tackles. I mean, it's not too bad for a linebacker. Overall, I like this. 2 enforcing completions. Yeah. 0 TDs allowed, 4 interceptions. Passer rating allowed 46.6. So I'm taking Jay Higgins here. I'm taking Jay Higgins. So I got a corner and a linebacker. Now we got our last 3 picks. So my last 3 picks, it's going to be interesting. I kind of just want to see what's on the board at this point. I just want to see what's on the board at this point. And we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. Guys, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, man. Make sure you smash that like button. Greatly appreciate it. Man, we got over 81 votes, but only 29 likes. What are we doing? If you don't hit the like button, you know what you can do? You know what you can do? You know what you can do? That's what you can do. Hit that like button. We literally have 81 votes, okay? In the poll. We have 81 votes in the poll, but only 29 likes. What are we doing? Come on. We need 14 more likes. No, we have 81 votes and only 29 likes. We need more than that. They mean more. We need more than that. We need more than that. There's no reason by the end of this stream we shouldn't have more than 29 likes. All right. We got 31. We need 50 more likes to go to match up to the poll question of the day. There's 40 of you in here. So come on. Appreciate it. I do appreciate it. All right, with the next pick, here we go. With the next pick. All right. Let's see here. So we got the 224, 225, and the 228. We could take another wide receiver, QB. Let's see what we got available. I kind of like Elijah Austin here. Not opposed to going and getting Elijah Austin. Aaron Smith is a sleeper out of SC State. There's always that one guy that comes out of nowhere in the SC State. Let's see. I'm not taking any of these quarterbacks. I'm not taking Montrell Johnson. Could take Tonka. But then that'd be another South Carolina guy. I don't know much about this guy. Let's read into this guy real quick. I'm gonna go look him up right now. Let's read into Mr. Gathan. I don't know if it's Gathan or Geethan. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Bruh.
I don't know if that's Gathan or what.
Gay.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Gathan or what, man. Let's see here. Let's look into him. Let's look into him real quick. I don't know much about Gathan, to be honest with you. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce his name. It's probably not even how you pronounce his name. He's not very high up there, I can tell you that. Jesus. They really don't like this guy. They must not like this guy at all. Well, then. You guys must not like this guy, so I'm not going to read into him. Let's see here. Aaron Smith, Tonka, Nicholas Martin. Not bad. What else do we got? Who else do we got on here? Let's look at the linebackers. I think adding some more linebackers would benefit this team. Really, honestly. I think adding some extra depth on this linebacker core. Because we don't know what Shaq Thompson's going to do. Trevor Wallace had a good year. Josie Jewell, but he's on a 2-year contract. We don't know what if Shaq's coming back or not. I think another linebacker wouldn't hurt the depth in that room. I think I'm probably going to go. And then defensive line. Oh, damn. Howard Cross. Hey, yeah, we might get him at 228. I might take him at 228. And then I'm going to take a linebacker. And then what about offensive tackle? What am I looking at? Probably going to have to take Jalen Rivers. He's the best player available. So what I might do is I might take another. What corners do we have? Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant ain't bad, actually. Another corner might not be a bad idea. I don't know. I feel like we probably have enough depth at corner. I mean, Kobe Bryant ain't bad. 6'6", 6 foot, 175, runs a 4.45. Outside zone corner. He's getting compared to Teron Arnold and Alante Taylor. Interesting. Really? I think these last 3 picks don't really matter. I'm thinking about going Kobe. I'm thinking about going Howard Cross. Linebacker-wise, I don't like anything, though. Except Nicholas Martin possibly. Well, hold on. This is Teddy Buchahan. Let's go look into this guy real quick. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Again, feel free to like, subscribe. Make sure you get into the comments. Love to hear y'all's thoughts. Let's see here. Mr. Canada. Nick Martin. They got him up there pretty high. Maybe I'll go with Nick. So they got him at 234. I want to get this grading right. So they got him at 234. So if I go corner, defensive line, and linebacker. So it would be Teddy first. Or it would be Nick Martin first. Nick Martin ain't bad. 6 foot, 220, runs a 4.45, a box linebacker. Clay, you already surpassed any Clay. I do like Fortune, see how good he'll play as pro. Clay, you've already surpassed any draft evaluation I've done to date. I don't know any of these kids you speak of. Dude, I do, listen, if I'm gonna come on here and do these mock drafts, I might as well get to know every last motherfucker on here up to where they and try to know where they live, their zip code, their baby mama. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm gonna come on here and give you some facts. You know what I mean? How many Gamecocks do you want out on our team? Hey, there's a couple. There's a couple. Nah, there's only like, listen. There's 3 guys I want out of South Carolina. Really, Fortune's one like honorable mention, but my top 3 South Carolina players in this draft, in my opinion, is Kyle Kennard, T.J. Sanders, and Nick Amanawari. I think Fortune is going to be is a sleeper pick. I think he's a sleeper pick. So Nick Martin. He has the skill set to thrive as a will linebacker at 4.3 or as an inside linebacker as a 3.4. I like that. I haven't heard of Nicholas Martin. I'm just learning about him right now. I kind of like that. So we would go with Nick first. We're going to get our outside zone corner late, another corner. And then we're going to add Harold Cross, who had a hell of a season last year. Defensive lineman Howard Cross out of Notre Dame. Had a hell of a year last year. If I'm not mistaken, last year, I think he actually got hurt at the end of the year. And that's why this year he was just less productive. So if I'm not mistaken, I think I remember reading that. And he was actually supposed to come out in last year's draft and decided to stay another year. So we're going to draft Howard Cross to finish out this tonight's mock draft. We're going to do one like this once a week, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll still post up mock drafts here and there. If you guys see me in the community section, T Knight is a sleeper pick too, Clay. He could be. T Knight is a sleeper. He could be a sleeper for sure. Guy's a dog. Oh, I earned 2 rewards, 2 new rewards. How good of a draft is this? Because I didn't take. Oh my, this might be really, really good. I'm already starting off with 3 A's. I'm already starting off with 3 A's. My goodness. So we got Nick Swarton. All right. Our edge rusher. Hopefully for years to come. Omar Norman Lott. Guy who can play the 0, 1, or the 3 technique. Nick Amanawari reminds me a lot of Jeremy Chin. He can kind of do it all. You got Devin Neal, a workhorse running back. That's what you need alongside Chuba Hubbard. Jalen Noel fits right in the slot. But he's also very versatile. He can do some other things. Jonah Monaheim fits the center position. You get you get another a guy who can play zone, but he is a very good man press corner in Fortune. But he can play outside zone too as well. Jay Higgins, very versatile linebacker, can play as the will linebacker in a 4-3, could be playing a 3-4 with the versatility he brings as a linebacker. Nicholas Martin, as we read, which I didn't know. Same thing ordeal with Jay Higgins. Kobe Bryant, an outside zone corner. And then you add in Howard Cross, a big defensive lineman, to add more depth there. And we got a B plus. Got a B plus. I'm not mad at this, honestly. Really not. I'm really not. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Seriously, let me know what y'all think. I'm going to download this image. And we're going to post this up on Twitter. Hopefully nothing pops up over here. We're a family friendly see what we got. First off, we're going to repost this, then we're going to quote this. We're going to add this. We're going to put the final product. Full breakdown on YouTube. Sound off in the comments. Let me know. First, we'll do, well, not really. True first. I would say it's the true first. I would say it's the true first mock draft. A mighty fine draft, if I do say so myself. There you go. There you go, guys. Guys, make sure you go check out that short I posted about the Garrett Wilson thing. I might even make a video about it, honestly, even though I did a short. I might do a full breakdown about it. Let's see. And we're going to go bam. Actually, we'll just do this. Take this out of that. I don't need all that. We're going to post it on Twitter, and I'm also going to post it on the community chat, and you guys can comment on it as well if you'd like. All right, perfect. Then we're going to post it, and there we go. There's your final product of it. Final product. So, again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Again, do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss any new content. Of course, guys, I'm going to be live tomorrow, man. Going to be live tomorrow. Going to get more content out to you guys. So make sure you continue to tune in. Marcos already hit you with join the Discord. Yeah, join the Discord for free. Take that link. You can join in the conversation. We're always in there. I'm always replying to you guys. And I do the best I can to reply in there. But for the most part, I feel like I'm doing pretty good replying to you guys in the Discord. Also, make sure to check out me on TikTok. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook as well. We're on Facebook. I would love to grow that Facebook page, by the way. It's the Ropp Star Report Facebook page. Just go on Facebook, look up the Ropp Star Report, go over there, check it out. Also, shout out to BetUS. Sign up for free today. Get 125% bonus on your first 3 bets. I think it's 125%. They might have actually gone up to 150%, but either way, you also get betting insurance. So you really so it's always a wonderful thing getting betting insurance. So definitely check out BetUS. That link is in my link tree, so go check it out and sign up for free today, but bet responsibly. Again, that's the first mock draft of the year, ladies and gentlemen. We broke it. I broke each and every pick down the best way I knew how, and the best way as much as I knew about them. So again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor, smash the like, hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, I love you. Be safe. Keep pounding. Peace.